Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we are going to draw and paint this one beautiful lion. Here you can see some wonderful lion drawings created by children in my art club. My students are between 5 and 10 years old. And look at each lion is unique. So, if you want to create your own lion, let's take your pencil and brushes and let's create together. For today's lessons you will need a pencil, an eraser and 2 circles. Let's use of these 2 circles to decide where the lion's head will be placed on the paper. I'd like to position it slightly above the center of the page. Now, lightly trace both circles with your pencil. The next step is very important. Let's draw a center line. This line helps us keep the face symmetrical. Find the center line of the both circles and connect them with a straight line. Now let's add the main features. We will start with nose. And the first thing that I want to figure out is where the nose is positioned on the lion's head. Look at my reference, I can see that it sits between the large and small circle. And the first shape I'm going to draw is simple triangle. Now, let's draw the muzzle. First, I draw one short vertical line. And then I add 2 half circles to create the cheeks. If you want, you can leave this shape like that, but if you want to add more complicated shape, you can add few small adjustments until you will be happy the overall shape. Now I go back to the nose and draw the 2 vertical lines from the corners of the triangle. Now let's find the position of the eyes. Look at my reference, I can see that the eyes is in the middle of the large circle. First I draw 2 light guide lines to help me place them. Then I mark the approximate position of the first eye and begin with a simple circle. Now comes an important step. The second eye should be the same distance from the center line as the first one. I mark the same distance on the other side and draw the second eye. I can see that I need to make small adjustment to shape. The most important thing is that both eyes are the same distance from the center line. So, now we're ready for next important step, giving our line its expression. The angle of the upper lid plays a big role in the expression of the eyes. I want my lion to look strong, brave and confident, so I angle the upper lid like this. You can create the same expression or experiment with different one by changing the angle of the eyelids. Next, I draw the pupils. Notice that they are not exactly in the center of the eyes. They sit slightly higher, close to the upper lid. And finally, I make the outlines of the eyes little darker. Now let's add a few details to make our lion look more realistic. Under the eyes, I can see these light patches of the fur, so I add them. And also make a few small adjustments to the shape. Next, I'm drawing the ears. They sit slightly outside of the outline of the head. And I draw them as two simple rounded shapes, each facing slightly in a different direction. Now I add the nostrils. I draw two small half circles and lightly shade them. Let's add the whiskers. At this stage I only draw a few light lines to show the general direction in which the whiskers grow. And finally, I slightly adjust the shape of the chin. Now it's time to draw the mane. First, I use few light strokes to establish the direction of the mane. Then I connect them with one smooth long line, creating the inner shape of the mane around the lion's head. Don't make the mane too small. Give your lion a big, beautiful mane with plenty of space around the head. And let's finish our drawing by erasing the construction lines that we no longer need. Let's finish our drawing by adding a few final details to show the direction of the fur and giving the mane a little more texture. Well done, dear friends! We have finished our lion drawing today. I hope you had fun watching and drawing with me today. I hope you will join me in the next lesson, where we will paint our lion with acrylic paint. See you next video, dear artist!